It's crazy that we're another set in out here and we still are not seeing some major things. Make sure you guys smash some crap out of that subscribe button so we can all cry about Abyss Gaios out here. So Abyss Gaios still is not getting a reprint right now, which is crazy, man. I cannot believe out here, after everything that is going on, that Konami is just refusing to give a reprint to Abyss Gaios. And I don't understand it. You know, their policy has been, we want to make these decks more affordable. We saw that they did it. We saw that they recently, helped us out with some Crystron stuff. That was cool. I like that. But why is Abyss Gaios, a one-of, by the way, a $40? Oh, no, wait, hold on. Nope, it's actually worse than that. If I was to get an alt-team, it would be about $60 right now, which is actually freaking nuts to be seeing out here. I shouldn't have to spend $40 to $60 to play Mermail out here. Now, obviously, same thing out here with Abyss Pike. Abyss Pikes, for supers, they're like $15 a piece. That's an extra, that's $100 in cards. That, your reprint policy that you have been aggressively reprinting this stuff into the ground. For whatever reason. Let's pull up, I've seen some shit Karibo here. This guy is ridiculous. He's mad that he had to spend an extra $100 to build frickin' Mermail out here because Konami straight said, no, we're not going to do anything with this. Look, that's the face of I've seen some shit. Thank you, Market. I'm so glad that, we dodged another potential place out here to actually get some value for these reprints. I don't know, man. I think that budget players should be allowed to play Mermail at this point. I don't think that it's right that, you've reprint pummeled everything else into the ground. Why is Abyss Gaios, a card from 10 plus years ago, just go, no, can't reprint me? Where is pity? I'm very frustrated about this. I think that, with how bad recent feels and decisions have been made, I'm upset that we didn't get pity. I was really looking forward to the new vanilla monsters out here because these new vanilla monsters are pretty important to the game. Granted, Konami's been pushing the Primite package like crazy right now. And the OCG has 3 normal monsters that we don't have. They have the Pity, they have the Moth thing, and then they had the Spellcaster monster that we could have actually used for Blue Eyes. Now, I did a lot of testing with that new Spellcaster, or the new level 1 light normal Spellcaster. That card's pretty good. But for whatever reason, I don't know why the TCG is just dodging putting these cards into sets for people. It makes no sense to me. And honestly, as a player, I'm allowed to feel a little bit frustrated out here with this. I'm allowed to, you look at the Primite stuff and you're like, oh, this is supposed to promote some cool, fun, new deck building. You want players to get excited. You want players to get behind the wheel of this. You want them to genuinely, be excited for this. But you're refusing to provide the tools to, allow them to do things. Fiendsmith is already up on the chopping block right now. I don't think a single person is going to do the la-di-da-di-don. Well, actually, I don't know. This is going to happen. So you're telling me that, we're going to get pity after the release of, Fiendsmith getting cratered into the ground? What kind of shitty marketing is that? Like, I try to give you guys, the silver lining out here, but for whatever reason, nope, just fumbled as per usual. Ghost Tricks. This one, I think, was the oddity and the most interesting discussion in the future out here. We like to look at a lot of the patterns and things that are to come. And we don't know how far, how soon, even, within the year out here. But when you see a discussion on Ghost Tricks coming up out here, we kind of are at an interesting point right now where some additional Ghost Trick stuff could be coming. I just don't know how, when, where, why, or how. You got to remember, Ghost Tricks is... Konami's willing to help out Ghost Tricks more than Boojins at this point in time. And I feel like that fundamentally says a lot about what has been happening in the overall setup with this sort of stuff. You know, if you are to want to bring Ghost Trick support to the table, I don't know how insane that has to be. You already gave Ghost Tricks a Link 1. And fundamentally giving them any more of an upgrade out here, I don't know, man. I really don't know what you can do. I feel like you just kind of hit a point with these decks that you're like, I don't know how much more we can actually give you before, you know, we just have to remake the deck. It's kind of what it feels like they did with Six Samurai, actually. They're like, oh, hey, we can just keep pumping new support into this stuff. And then, you know, you'll actually see like a new deck be born. I don't know. But I am wholly curious to know if we are going to see some Ghost Trick stuff out here in the future. Always look at the patterns, everybody. Always look at the patterns with this sort of stuff. Crystron's getting cheaper. Oh, okay. So this is actually kind of something nice. For the last week, I have been watching Citrus, and I've been watching all of these other cards kind of fall down in price. Queensing Londrax is down to $15. As we're filming this, Citrus are down to 13. It's about to get much cheaper, which is a good thing. Even though Crystron didn't really live up to my expectations. You know, the OCG really sat me up for this deck. It's supposed to be this crazy cool monster. And I mean, yeah, sure, we dodged one YCS. We did well at another. I see this deck show up on like the locals grind out here because honestly, people really don't know how to handle it or how to play against it, which I will say is a pretty major contributing factor to a lot of the success that some of these decks do kind of find over time. But it's one of those things that, to the budget players that were wanting to play this, you guys will be able to play this deck sooner than budget Mermail players will be able to play their deck. So I guess on that side of the equation, that's an absolute W, right? Cheaper is always usually a good thing. And if it's not, well, tiddlywinks. You're just going to be really disappointed with this. But I don't know. I feel like watching the Crystron core go down from like $70 to like $30 is an absolute win. You know what I'm talking about. You know that you're happy to see shit trees. I'm hoping Citrus settle at like $5. I think that would be a nice win for the community out here to be able to enjoy. So we'll have to wait and see. But what's going on with those mermails, guys? Like, why do you have to have them paywalled so frickin' ridiculously badly? And then I'm just going to ask the question, why? Why, of all things, why? Why this? We could do so much more. We could have picked so many better options. But, you know, we have to deal with this now. We also have to deal with, you know, Blue Eyes White Dragon coming in Ultimate Rare, which, if it was on the retro frame, I would have been happy about that. I would have sat down, I would have shit myself on the floor. I would have done what every other Yu-Gi tuber does, you know, when they're upset or excited, you know, leave a giant stinky, you know, pile of turd on the floor to remind me about how excited I was for things. But it's cool that we're getting a Blue Eyes Ultimate Rare in the future. I like that idea a lot. I think it could have been executed way better off over here. You could have done so much more over here, and I don't think anybody would have said a thing about that. But, you know, for what we're dealing with, everybody, I guess things are getting cheaper. That's an absolute win. I don't have a problem with, you know, Crystron cards falling on the market. I like that, you know, there's some new patterns to kind of follow here and be a little bit excited about. I'm really disappointed about the lack of the normal monster imports. Like, freaking stupid that we're dodging that. But, you know, I'd like to give a shout out here to my friend who made, I've seen some shit Kribo. This is by far one of the coolest little things that I've had out here. And remember, guys, I too have seen a lot of shit. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Patrons!
Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.